Welcome back to Surviving Mars, my friends. My name is Tobal. We are a little short right now on our fancy polymers, machine parts, etc. money, hope. Not so much food. Well, if we're gonna die because we're gonna run out of electricity, at least we'll die fat and full with our lovely Martian food chunks. Is it just a crate of apples? I think that's all we got. It's just a crate of apples and nothing else. So I'm trying to head off the problem that we have currently with our lack of machine parts and the lack of polymers and the lack of money, right? So, to get money, we need more rare metals, right? To get more of our polymer parts and machine parts, we just need more people working at the machine part factory and the polymer factory. So I'm trying to make these high priority areas. I've also put down another rare metals extractor. I know that's going to use up even more machine parts, but that's okay, I hope. We got more of our people coming back finally. These are all the geologists that should be working at the rare metals extractor. So they're going to be kicking some crappy people out of their jobs, and they'll be going back at it to make me more Martian profits. So, good. Money, I don't know. What about missions? Are there missions that can give us the monies? Because, boy, do we need that. You know what? I've been ignoring these missions that have, like, resources here. Maybe that's what we need to do. This is going to take 12 hours, 5 crew of any specialization, and we're going to get resources. Honestly, I'd be okay with that right now. We need resources like crazy. We've got new technology from one of the anomalies, breakthrough, more resources. This just requires an RC transport. You know what? Gone and done. Let's do it. Spirit of Man 1, you're taking the RC transport. You're going to go get us, I don't know, maybe can we just get maybe 10 machine parts? I'd appreciate that. Thank you. We also have some things on the surface that I keep ignoring. We have polymers out here. Oh, guess what's going to be taken? The RC transport. Fair enough. Fair enough. We do have enough fuel for this thing to take off, too. So, as soon as it loads fuel, it's going to grab the RC transport and bring it with it. Alright, that's fine. We'll let the RC transport do its thing. Where is my... Holy crap. We've really been scanning a bunch. Have I been forgetting to expand the scanning area? Probably. That sounds like something I would do. A couple of more vistas here, which is pretty nice. Tons of water, tons of metals. Rare metals left and right. I mean, up here, boy, I almost, like, want to restart. I won't, right? But, I mean, holy crap, if I knew then what I know now, this would have been an amazing spot. High value, high grade, underground rare metals. We've got freaking research site bonuses. We've got a vista right here. This is the end-all, be-all starting square. So if you're using this, this map seed, and you're using this location, man, go there. Like, no doubt. I don't even know what tile that is. What is that? Like, 2 to the right, and 4 down. So, 4 down, 2 left.
Resources
there we go.
low.
Rock out. Yeah, resources are low. You don't say, my friend. You don't say. We are so beyond screwed right now. We're producing what? We're producing 1? That's it? Because of all the people who don't have a specialty? No, we're getting 5. That's pretty decent. If we can get up in any kind of a surplus, we'd be in a really happy place. Machine parts aren't too hot. They're definitely not doing too great. 7.7 rare metals per day. So when this gets back from doing the mission, we should be good to send a rocket home and get some money back, right? So that's going to be a blessing in disguise. We do have a rocket we could send up from Earth, by the way. The only downside is I think we're out of applicants, aren't we? Let's see, we've got 238 million. We have 16 available homes right now. So, if we were to look at a rocket here... Ooh, there's new specialists on Earth. We could grab ourselves more engineers. Honestly, I just kind of want engineers or bust. I wouldn't mind more geologists. Engineers or geologists. Sadly, there's only like a few. That is what it is. It's still worth it though, right? So we've got 16 open beds. Where do I see how many available residences on Mars? Right here, 16. So why don't we just send up, sorry about the beep there. Why don't we send up some more no specialization folks? Because we're going to eventually, hopefully, convert them, or not convert them, but train them into better, harder, faster, stronger, people on the planet. So let's bring 16. I hate to bring a less than a full load, but at this point, I mean, we're going to have people who need a job more than anything. We're going to have some unemployment problems coming up. So let's go ahead and send it off. I might regret this later, we'll see. I could also put down, and I might put down, another small machine parts factory, because polymers, you can make a ton of polymers here. Machine parts, not so much. So, let's do that. Let's... Oh, shoot. We can't, can we? We don't... I bet we don't know how to do it. Minimal... Shoot, I keep missing the wrong button. Yeah, we cannot make the small machine parts factory because we don't know how to make those yet. What about the science behind that? Where do we stand? We don't even have it researched at all, do we? That is, that's pretty rough. Engineering is with... What? What does the engineering tree give us? I thought there was a way to get a pop-up that told you what this tree would give you items for. I don't really remember how we got that before. Here we go. Biotech deals with food production, life support, medicine. Engineering is with buildings, domes, rocket technology, automation. Would it be under physics, maybe? Let's go ahead and queue up autonomous sensors so we can unlock another physics item. And we will pray to the Martian gods that our survey mission here with the... Oh, sorry, that's the passenger rocket. The mission that we just sent off to go do the planetary survey, hopefully that's going to come back with great success. So we'll see. I have no idea, but look how, like, we're about to have a bunch of items here. Oh, these are all metal. Well, I guess that's pretty good then. So large wind turbines are requiring one. Maybe that's something I should have kept in mind too. That large solar panels are a lot easier to keep maintained than fuel refiners, although we are cutting back on our metal, or not cutting back, we're cutting into our metal reserve pretty hardcore. There is an underground metals deposit of low quality there. I think there's one over here by water too, right? Yep, high here. There are also... there's tons of surface metal. I bet if we look around, we would be able to find quite a bit of surface metal. So more than likely, we would be able to take care of our needs with the ones on the surface. Okay, thankfully we've gotten Martian education unlocked. So we can put down... I hope it's not super expensive. I bet it would be. Let's go into the Martian University. It's going to require 3... Oh my gosh, it requires 15 electronics. That is a kick in the pants. We already have 8, though. That's not absolutely the worst thing in the world. Where do we want to put the academy? I'll probably put it in here. It's a pretty nice fit right next to the gym. Go to school, go work out, right? That sounds like a good plan to me.
Sector scanned. Okay,
so we're going to put down the Martian Academy. I'm going to pause this, though, for the moment, if I could. Planetary anomaly analyzed. We got 27... Oh, we got 27 rare metals from that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're going to be able to come back and make a pretty decent trade with Earth. So that's not too shabby. So our rocket is on the way back. Spirit of Man 1 is coming back with the... And actually, I think it's going to be fully loaded, too. With, like, it's preloaded with all of these rare metals. So all we have to do is reload the fuel, and it's good to go. Unfortunately, we are a little bit low on fuel for once. We're producing 12 per soul. We're consuming 2. So we just have to wait until there's a restock. All of our stuff here is out of operation. Oy, 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 we're in really awkward straits right now. We'll recover, though. We are not going to be the first Martian colony that fails. Maybe the second, maybe the third, but not the first. We're first in every other milestone, but not this one. What do we have a trade deal with? Oh, 41 polymers. Holy crap, when did this happen? I completely forgot about this. Can you land here? You sure can. I hope I don't have to refuel you, because that would be a bit awkward. This polymer gift out of nowhere, the polymer gods. I forgot I traded for... Oh, no, we requested a satellite, didn't we? We requested some help from our fellow Martian colonists over, I think it was at USA. We got an achievement called Special. Wonderful. So, I wish you could just request certain goods. Initiate trade. Yeah, these are the ones that are kind of... We've already kind of talked about these. I mean, that's pretty nice, though. 40 polymers out of nowhere is a huge boon. In fact, I can probably, because of this, I can kind of cut back on maybe one of the shifts here and really start trying to pump out more... oh, sorry, the electronics factory is actually stopped. Where did I want to put down... Oh, that's right, we couldn't put down the small Martian factory yet. So I could turn this completely off the second shift. That way we get more engineers working at the small machine parks factory. Let's bring the priority level down a notch. Okay, you're good to go. You almost have all geologists, so you're going to be making us tons of money. Now, this is the ship that's coming back. All we need to do is unload the 35 polymers, and I think this one's gone, but I think I'm going to do this instead. We're going to land our shuttle and probably knock out some of these drones on accident, but that's all right. I kind of want to get this stuff refueled and ready to go and on the way. Getting pretty busy here with all the shuttles going around. I really wish I had the technology that normally the Space Y company starts with. It gives you the flying drones right off the bat, which is kind of cool. It makes them a little bit faster to move everything, and you don't quite have to move around obstacles. They just fly from point A to point B. So pretty helpful. Okay, you're pretty much good to go. So you're gathering your exports. You already have 30, almost. And all you have to do is get the fuel. So I'm going to make this a high... Well, it already is a high priority, so that's great. We'll make this a high priority too. Our drones are going to complain probably because we've got so much we're having them do. It is nice to have all these polymers, though. That is a bit of a relief off my shoulders. Do we have any spare engineers? I kind of want to find out. No engineers there. We have 18 people looking for jobs. No, sorry. That's 18 vacant work slots. Never mind. we have plenty of jobs all around town. We have 3 children. Diner's nice and full. The grocer's still working properly. I really haven't stopped to smell the roses or my people in a bit. So let's see. Oh, wow. You're really super happy. Holy crap. Are you the special one or no? You're one of the founders, right? You're just senior. Okay, fair enough. That's actually really high comfort and morale. I'm surprised to see that. Now, you're pretty grumpy. You guys work outside the dome. How do we fix that? For all of the geologists, will they all just suffer a mental break at some point? And is there any way to make them not be upset that they're working outside the dome? I mean, it's not that scary, right? It's just you've got a nice suit and everything. You shouldn't have to worry about that. Our new colonists are almost ready. And our Spirit of Man 1 is sadly going to be lacking in fuel for quite a while. So we'll have to wait for that to finish up. We're barely holding on, I think, in terms of power. There we go. You're off, and you're off and heading back to your colony. We appreciate that. Yes, we absolutely know we are low on machine parts, like nobody's business. I can send a supply pod. The problem with a supply pod is that it's going to cost what, like 100 million just to send it. So it's going to cut into what little profits we currently have. So we shall wait for this to be sent home, and then our colonists, when they land, they're also going to take another load of rare metals back home too. So this should give us a good money boost, and therefore we should be able to get the parts we need sent over here to Mars, and then we build our Martian Academy, then we start training some specialists, and then we recover. That is my 4-step plan. I think we're okay. We're going to be fine, you guys. I'm still super excited about it. I'll wait until our colonists are here ready to go, and we'll have them land and move into their new buildings. There we go. We've got our new victims here. Welcome to Mars, my friends. We have 88 colonists now. That seems like a fortuitous number, I think. Let's go ahead and prioritize this as a low priority, actually, because I don't want this ship to get any of the fuel. I want this ship to be completely fueled first, because it is already full of all the exports we need to send home. You're still needing machine parts, and we still don't have anything other than like 1. So machine part-wise, we're not in great shape. We are still making more power, though, thankfully. So we're able to keep... It seems like we're able to keep up with demand in terms of repairing our wind turbines. We're just at the level we need to be at, I think, for wind turbines. We're also making 1,000 science per sol, which is really great. That means we have a crap ton. Oh, that's right. We opened up with new scientists here. Or we put down a new research lab. Let's open this up, then. Absolutely. I will happily encourage new scientists to get on board with this. Excellent. More science, please. More science, always. Oh, we have one person who's homeless right now. Didn't quite see that coming. I thought it gave us the exact correct number. Unless you just haven't quite moved into the house yet. You've got none here or there. None, full. Okay, so everything actually is full. Let's see if we can get a tiny little living quarters here. We'll just give him a one-off. Right there. Little eggshell building. And he should be fine. Security station still doing what the security station does, I guess. We have all 3 shifts of our service buildings working. The art store and the electronics store, remember, they use items that we don't really have a ton of yet. I could open up the art store, but I'm nervous, as always, that I'm going to really suck down the amount of polymers being produced here. So We'll hold off until we have a net positive on the polymer side of the house. We are researching a really big item as well. We're researching that breakthrough that lets us have the double wide dome, right? The multi-spiral dome. So the oval dome is going to be what we're researching right now. Then we get lake crafting, which should let us start improving the water levels, I think. I don't know if we have to keep adding stuff. Well, in theory, actually, we'll just pump water from here into the lake, right? Wouldn't we just hook it up to our existing infrastructure? Which means we're going to actually wind up having to bring more water extractors and things like that, but that's okay. We can manage that. You're almost ready to go. Excellent. And we're getting a little bit better on anything? Machine parts, maybe? Electronics factory is working again.
Research
So people are taking those rare metals and turning them into our electronics. We also have this multi-spiral architecture done. Very, very cool. I think I also want to grab or queue up the terraforming subsidies for another 1 billion. Oh, by the way, I've not been paying attention too much because I've been focused on getting this home, but what other things here do we want to look at? I don't think we can do much until we get our load to and from Earth. So we're probably going to have to wait on the rest of these planetary anomalies right now. But I wouldn't mind going for another one of those research missions. Let's take a look at that fancy dome. The oval dome. Oh my gosh, this is so huge. This is awesome. This bad boy could fit so many people. Smacks the dome. This bad boy could fit a ton of people. Yeah, so this could, if we were able to, I don't know how we're going to get people over here, but this would be like a one-stop shop for everything we needed if we wanted to relocate. But I mean, you got research, you've got your rare metals. Oh, what a beautiful spot. I think it needs the transport pad or some research that lets people take a hop from here to another dome. That's, I believe, is what we're going to need at some point. I don't think people can transfer through the tunnel. And I doubt we're going to be able to make a 15-mile passage, I'm assuming. Now, we still could put the multi-barrel dome, or sorry, the oval dome right here. Because this is what I was talking about before. This is generally where I normally wanted to put some of my other domes. And we could do it. It's just that there's not a whole lot out here at the moment for us. Okay, our first Spirit of Man ship is finally ready to go back home. So you've got all your fuel, you're stocked up with your rare resources. I am super excited about that. We'll return Spirit of Man 2 to another high priority as well. Honestly, the Spirit of Man 2 is going to be full of exports as well. So this could be a like 6 or 7 billion trip home, which is going to help us out immensely. And I might, instead of sending a supply shuttle, what I might do is send back one of these rockets with a bunch of parts, because we can't really fit any more people right now, and we are going to need the resources. So I might go ahead and just bring this rocket back in the form of a cargo rocket, and have it full of maybe some more of the production buildings, right? We're talking about the machine parts factory, the electronics factory. The polymer is fine. We already have one polymer that's working fine. The next real question is, at some point when we want to expand, where are we going to go to? Let's move my little RC Explorer out of the way. I kind of want to stay nearby, right? Because a lot of our drones are working in this general vicinity, right? Can you set up... I'm trying to think of what are you going to wind up doing when you have long-distance trade runs to do? I don't really know. I'm talking about in terms of, say... say we do put a new dome here in the middle of this area, right? Well, obviously, they're going to need parts. They're going to need raw materials. They're going to need food. And all of our drones are mostly working in this general vicinity. So, do you move your entire infrastructure up? Do you use your RC transport to create permanent trade routes? I wonder if they will. If you use... Let's see. Drones and shuttles will attempt to stockpile at least 3 of each resource here. Drones and shuttles. So, can we chain? Would we be able to chain a bunch of universal storage depots and kind of have, say, drone hubs between them? So if I put, say, some universal storage here, well within the range of our drone hub, and we start extracting things or we require things here, would they be able to, will they start moving items here and there? I'll tell you what, let's do some science, because in theory we should be able to test this. Let's just put down a universal depot, and I'm going to say that I want one of every resource except for fuel in this location. Let's just do these. Metal, concrete, I things like that. I want to see if the drones will intelligently grab whatever is the resource needed and bring it over to the right spot. If that's the case, then we, in theory, could chain a bunch of supply depots. Oh no, we had our first death.
We gather here today to bid a final
farewell
to one of our finest.
Ethan Cassidy is dead. Oh, that's super sad. Ethan Cassidy has died. At least he died from old age, though. That's pretty exciting. Each time a colonist dies a non-natural death, 2 applicants leave the pool. That's actually good to know. Have we died any? Have we died any? Has anyone died? Any of our colonists passed away before, or was this the only time? Problematic. Do we have any kind of account for people who've died? Not really. But I don't believe we've had any deaths, though. No starvation issues. Oh, hey, I didn't even realize we managed to get our 8 terraforming technologies here. So we've got our extra sponsor research, which is super exciting. It would be cool to hit this temperature. I didn't realize they gave us 2 small lakes, or I didn't quite put 2 and 2 together here. So if we bump up the heat to 25, we're going to get 2 small lake prefabs without having to go through the entire trouble of researching, which, well, we're already 32% in anyways, but still, we don't have to go through all of that extra rigmarole. What are we going to do for our... We don't even have multiple spires yet, do we? I think we mostly have water reclamation. Here's that domeless farm I think I wanted to get started at some point. So we'll queue that bad boy up as well. Our shuttle is 60% home. The other shuttle is kind of struggling with fuel delivery, so we're not quite able to meet demands yet. And man, we still cannot. We even have a full staff of nothing but engineers, and we're still unable to really pump out the goods. Not working in your home dome. Yeah, that's fine. At least you guys are relatively happy. Let's take a look at some more people, by the way, because I keep... it's a really good way. You want to do that every so often to make sure you identify any problems before they just kind of jump you. You guys are still pissed about working in the dark hour. Oh, you're a night shift person. So really, the night shift who works outside must be furious, wouldn't they be? Sure enough, you're going to have a sanity breakdown. Working during the dark, working outside the dome. When is... Okay, I'm going to mark this as high priority. When this new rare metals extractor becomes ready, I'm going to kill the 3rd shift. Oh, hello. Amplify is part of our research. It's going to upgrade construction cost as 2 polymer. It's going to take 10 more energy. Okay. I don't think I really want to do that. Do we have any upgrades here? Ooh, polymer blades. I always thought these were... Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. I always thought that these were automatic upgrades. How long have I been missing that? 2 polymer here. Let's do a couple at a time. I don't want to go too crazy, but I would love a little bit more power boost. 33% production. It's not amazing, but it would, you know, it would add up over time, I think. It would help us out a little bit. We're only at about a surplus of 3 electricity right now, and we are sucking down quite a bit at night, so it would it would help us keep our power accumulators, our batteries full during the day, and then they are able to not die horribly and cold and alone at night. Well, how about that? There we go. Our Universal Depot actually has one of each of the metals. I'm assuming rare metals just hasn't made its way here yet, but we were able to get the items we needed. So this isn't too bad then. We're probably going to have to dedicate an entire drone hub just to shifting resources from point A to point B. However, it can be done. So we could, in theory, put some domes out here. If we wanted to, we could probably relocate most of the passengers, although I don't know how far. I don't know how far a colonist will run. So that is something to figure out at some point. Here we go. Let's kill that night shift. And we're going to open up the 2nd day shift. Excellent. 720 million as our import home. We're also able to, our export home. And we can launch the Spirit of Man 2. Awesome. Very cool. So we're going to get another same amount of money of that. We're going to go ahead and launch a cargo ship pretty much right away. I want to look at getting my... I don't know if I need an electronics factory right now. Oh, they cost 600 million. 400 million for the machine parts is not the worst thing ever. It's not great. But we really need to get these machine parts going. Oh, you know what? I almost want to say we need more temporary parts than anything. We need the Martian Academy up, and that's going to require 15 electronics, at least. And then the rest of this could go into machine parts. We still have a good supply of polymers. And then what, maybe after the next resupply, oh my god, this would take us down to 8 million. This would use up all of our resources to take this in. Game is brutal. 20 and 20 would leave us with 200 million. I'll tell you what, let's do it. Let's go break the bank. Where are we at? We've got 40,000 kilograms. Is this how much we already have used? We have so much more space on this rocket. That's okay. I think we're going to send what we can send now. This is going to use up 1 billion, but we are sending another shuttle home, another rocket back home, to export some resources. So, we're going to launch this one, and then once this gets here, we're going to use this rocket, the new one that's coming from Earth, to do some more of these planetary anomalies, right? And that should help us out. We also have finally queued up the terraforming subsidies, which will help us get more money. Our research is kicking ass, by the way. We are really rocking it in terms of research. Let's compare to our other friends here. 100 per soul, 400 and 400. So yeah, we are rocking it. Man, 144 buildings. 161. I am ashamed. I'm ashamed of our colony right now. Here come the supplies, and our ship just got back to Earth. So we got 700 million in Earth funds, and we got all of the resources that are coming in right now on our new shuttle. So that's exciting. That's going to let us finish off the Martian University. Now it's not exactly the end all be all, right? We still have to wait for the classes to finish, basically, and then we're going to start getting more specialists. So I will, once this gets built, probably tell it to focus on making me engineers. We do also need, we will need to get a prefab here. So I think I'm a bit torn. We're at 26, 26, 25, 36. So good numbers, but they're all going to go down pretty quick. The only thing that seems to be sustaining now is small machine parts. We're making 4 per day, and it seems like we're not quite using as many for maintenance. So I believe we're making more than we're maintaining. The only negative right now is our small electronics factory, mostly because there's no engineers left. All the main engineers are working at either the polymer plant. Oh, not even that. Our polymer plant is staffed by a bunch of people who have no specialty. So yeah, we're struggling a little bit here and there, but I think we'll be okay. I think we've managed to possibly avert a pretty nasty spot. So let's talk about maybe bringing one prefab here with us. So let's bring one. Can we fit a machine parts factory? We could. We're positive on machine parts though now. So do we even need to bring anything other than maybe one more batch of materials at some point? Because all we're waiting on is getting our Martian Academy up and those people then trained. So let's take a look at the passenger rocket. We have more applicants again. Oh, that's nice. Holy crap. That's a lot more applicants than I expected. Can we get some engineers? Can I only search for specialization of engineers, please? Only 9 engineers, only 2 that fit all of the previous criteria. So they're all probably senior or children or who knows what. Are there any geniuses currently in our pool? There are no geniuses in our pool whatsoever. Okay, that's fair. We might wait a hold off on that. I still would like to eventually get the research that lets us have more applicants in the pool. This is kind of neat. General training. I forgot all about this research. Colonists without proper specialization suffer a lower work penalty. So, 3,000 research. Domeless farming is going to kill us. Look at how much that is. Oof. How about this? How about we're not quite as crunched for money now. We are putting out a good amount of rare metals per day because we have 2 of these things running. So we're putting out about almost 10 per day. And it almost takes a day or 2 for a rocket to get to us. So we're not quite as bad off on money. So maybe I don't have to rush the terraforming subsidies. I would like more applicants from Mars. Let's grab live from Mars, and we're going to grab general training next. I would like to keep autonomous sensors in here at some point, which hopefully will unlock the ability for us to craft our own types of production facilities. But for the moment, I'm pretty happy with where we are. Before we get too excited about this Spirit of Man 1 and all of its exports, do we want to use Spirit of Man 1 to go anywhere on the planet? There are some new technologies, resources, breakthroughs and things like that. We also could try another... Oh, there's another SETI mission, I think. 1.7 billion, but that's going to require a crap ton of electronics. It would bite into our steel reserves or our metal reserves as well. There is a repeatable capture ice asteroid, I think, right? Yeah, so we could do that one more time, get another 5%. I think once we get lake terraforming, though, that's going to not be as big of a problem. It's really when you're using those to get a big boost to whatever you're trying to raise up, right? So resources are here. SETI mission. You know what? Let's do a new technologies mission. Project Pharaoh. This might open up some technologies that we've been missing. Let's try this out. It's going to only need 3 drones. The downside, of course, is that I think you do need to refill it with 30 fuel. So kind of a bit of a bummer, but we're not in dire straits right now with fuel. We also are doing better with our power. I think probably thanks to some of the upgrades on polymer blades here. I mean, it's only by 3 electricity, but that's an extra, basically an extra wind turbine when all these got together. So not too bad. We're not going down to empty during the night phase. So that's pretty useful. All right, my friends, I think that's going to be a point where I put a cut in here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.